This week on the Race Report, we'll hear from Rich Rickey Jr. and Marshall Balzer. Head to Shangri-La 2 and Thunder Mountain for some great racing action. Jim Chase and Brock Moore look ahead to the upcoming Kenny Moore Classic, and we'll take you to Binghamton for a stop on the Great American Race. All that and more on this edition of the Race Report. Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. We begin this week at Shangri-La 2 Motor Speedway for their first ever Thursday night show. And although the street stock feature was rained out, there was some great racing action in the heats.
And with slight advantage at the start-finish line for the 05 of Jeff Goodwin, Terry Petrobowski fresh off a win last weekend, and he is up there in second spot. Cricket Clonch had a strong run here on Sunday afternoon, and he has gotten to the inside of Terry Petrobowski. There's a battle for second spot. Clonch has it.
Lee, one of the first drivers to make an outside pass here tonight, and he's doing it very well. He's going to try that same move down here in the north end of the speedway. He's ran out of racing room. Right now, he is being held up over there on the track. Goes by Terry Petrobowski. Petrobowski got up out of the group, challenged for the lead in turn 3.
And he puts his nose down there to the inside of Jeff Goodwin. These guys have a history as well. We'll have some exciting racing in the past. Jeff Goodwin hangs on as 5 laps have been completed. I can guarantee the following 3 laps are going to be a doozy.
Well, going down into turn number 3, Sharpstein just plain ran out of racetrack, got down off the track. He's right down on the bottom over in turn number 3. Pulls by on the inside of turn number 4. Goodwin trying to battle back on the high side, but it's going to be Lee Sharpstein taking over the top spot with 2 laps to go. Jeff Goodwin now trying to fend off the challenges of Terry Petrobowski as Lee Sharpstein has checked out on the field. Takes it down the inside of turn number 4. Checkered flag will be in the air, and the winner of heat number 2 is the car number 8 of Lee Sharpstein. Goodwin finishes in second, Petrobowski in third, Clonch finishes in fourth.
To the Sportsman feature and a great battle between Jimmy Zacharias and Tony Hanbury. Tom Cummings and Carol Husak are on the microphones.
It is TJ Zacharias and Brian Sherwood, a couple young lions at the front of the pack. The green flag flies were underway with 40 laps of racing down into turn number 1. Who's your daddy night here at Shangri-La 2? And already the 21 showing the experience. Dan Krajewski makes his move from his third starting spot up the inside. He's going to take that second position away as Brian Sherwood has dropped 4 positions from the drop of the green flag, but TJ Zach will lead lap number 1.
They're coming off turn number 4. Tony's peeking. He's going to try and do that old outside-inside switcheroo.
And Tony tries to outbrake him down at turn number 1. TJ hangs right in there, side by side, wheel to wheel off turn number 2. It's a 3-car battle down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3. But Tony Hanbury stays on the gas a little bit longer. TJ had to lift, losing 2 spots, so it's Hanbury up front. Jimmy Zach in second, TJ Zach back to third, with Dan Krajewski in fourth, Jen Koyak in fifth. And look who's coming up in sixth. It's John Wilbur. Tony Hanbury on the inside, Jimmy Zach on the high side. Here they come. They're in the restart box off of turn number 4. Green flag flies in. We're underway. And Jimmy Zach knows he's got to make the move now or else he may not have the opportunity. He does. It sticks, and he's out front down the backstretch heading into turn number 3. Tony Hanbury tries to battle him back on the inside, but Jimmy Zacharias will lead lap number 12. TJ Zacharias' car getting out from underneath him over in turn number 2. And that's a caution that Jimmy Zach definitely didn't want to see, as he had a half a straightaway lead over Tony Hanbury. The green flag flies, we're underway, and it's a drag race to turn number 1. Jimmy Zach on the inside, Tony Hanbury up high. Here comes Dan Krajewski on the inside, challenging Hanbury for second. They work down the backstretch.
Well, Dan Krajewski knew if he didn't have anything for Tony on that restart, it was going to be mighty tough to get up into second spot. Right now, he's got his hands full with Andy Jankowiak, and he clears the 21 of Krajewski at the entrance to turn number 1, did it on the high side, And that's going to move John Wilbur now back up to position number 5. He's on the tail end of Krzyzewski's number 21 up front. Boy, you could almost throw a blanket over those two through the corners as Hanbury's right there.
Tony Hanbury ready to jump. He's ready to chomp and take a bite out of that back bumper of the 71 car. They go off into turn number 3. Hanbury playing a little bit of the chrome horn coming off of turn number 4. Sparks fly out from underneath Hanbury's car, makes a move to the inside and cannot. Jimmy Zach closes the door in turn number 1. Zach will now have to pick up the pace just a little bit more coming off turn number 2. Opens the 3-car length advantage heading down to turn 3.
Well, that last lap, it was all about a drag race, and we got yellow coming out on the racetrack again.
To Friday night and I-88 Speedway, where a thunderstorm ended racing before it began, but that didn't stop Leon Andrus from talking with modified standout Rich Rickey Jr.
Well, Rich, it's good to see you here. It's last year you got here sort of mid-season, got a lot of wins under your belt. This year you're struggling a little bit here, but I'm sure you're about ready to turn it around.
Yeah, last year we came in mid-season, and took us a little bit to find the setup, but it worked good for us. The rest of the season there, and he put the new surface down, and track was a little loose, sandy. It was kind of hard. We thought we had the big block was good, but I think it would just overpowered it. We couldn't get it down to the track.
Okay, and like I said, being down here in the Southern Tier, you come all the way up from New Paltz, New York, which is how far of a distance is it to drive here?
Well, it takes us about 2 hours and 10 minutes, straight through. Yeah, hopefully, through Liberty and Ellenville there, it's a little tough with the traffic around 4 o'clock, so it ain't bad once we get on 17,
Okay, so like I said, being down here in the Southern Tier, I know a lot of your career, you've been to a lot of short tracks. We call you one of the short track specialists, you and your brother both. But for some of these people down here in the Southern Tier, tell them a little bit about your racing career.
Well, it goes back, Accord, the go-karts and motorcycles, and then my dad running a modified, it was one or the other. It was either motorcycles or the race cars, so we choose the race cars. And it's been good for us, Yeah,
I know you've had many wins. Certainly, you used to be your track champion, I believe, at Lebanon Valley. Also, you've went out on the dirt, went up in Canada, and I know that irritated some of those big guys up there when you went up in Canada.
Oh, yeah, we went up there when they had them Ithaca Guns and Sunoco Series. We won Cornwall and went to Edelweiss and won there. That was great, Then the racing was tough back then, too. And, you got a lot of competitors. And even down here, the guys are tough to run with. It's everywhere. It's not a gift anymore where you got, maybe 5 fast cars. They're all fast anymore. Everybody's got the good equipment.
Well, that's good, like we said, and we're certainly glad to make that tow down here to I-88 Speedway. Jamie and Ron certainly been doing a great job. I know they've been struggling with the track. They'd be the first to tell you, but each week it has been getting a little better.
Oh, yeah, every week, Last week we brought the 55. It's a 358, and it was good for us, but we had a few issues with the car. Not bad, but this week the track is getting where it's, you're getting a little rubber down. It's getting a little harder where the big block, I think, will be good tonight. So we brought the 406.
Okay, and a couple things before we go. How about the sponsors on your car?
The sponsors are tough this year, So I got Al's Excavating and Nikki there, Skull Works, and that's about it,
Okay, and the one thing that we do here on the Race Report, we started doing it last year, just to let all the fans out there, what your number, the 406, how did that get originated? I'm sure I know the reason, but I'll let you tell them all.
Yeah, well, my dad, I think that was his first motor in the 406, and that's where he always had that forever, the yellow car. And then when I started racing, I had a blue car, and I did a 406R, and that was what I had. And been that number forever. Yeah.
Okay, well, we certainly thank you. Hope to see you later on, maybe down in Victory Lane. We appreciate you coming here to I-88 every week. Back to you, Ron, in the studio.
Thanks, Leon. Friday night at Pencan Speedway, Dan Pompey led flag to win the modified feature. Mike Nago Jr. was the Crate Sportsman winner. Shane Wolf Jr. won in street stock action. The four-cylinder winner was Andy Brigham. And Tyler Rice and Jamie Christian battled for the CRSA Sprint feature, with Rice capturing the win. When we return, we're off to Thunder Mountain Speedway. More straight ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
DeVivo's Discount Auto Sales is celebrating 37 years in business, and that means great deals for you on a quality pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV. Over 60 domestic and foreign vehicles in stock to choose from with new arrivals weekly. So, for a vehicle that will fit your needs and your wallet, stop on by and see Sonny at DeVivo's Discount Auto Sales, 1126 Upper Front Street in Binghamton, just off Route 81, serving the Southern Tier for 37 years.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
Foundation alert! Foundation alert!
Pick me! Pick me!
We don't badmouth the competition.
Huh?
We just beat them in price, quality, and customer service.
Hi, this is Craig Moss with KRM Foundation Repair. Have you got water in the basements, cracked or flaking foundations, foundation walls that are falling in? Call us for a free estimate today. We're KRM Foundation Repair. Good as any, better than some.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Thunder Mountain Speedway, where Brett Welch held off a hard-charging Brian White to score his first sportsman win. On the microphone is Jim Chase.
Parallel sticks now up into the air for Berkshire, New York's Brett Welch. As everybody stays clean and green, as a white flag now coming out. One more time around, does Brian White have anything for Brett Welch? Welch has hit his mark so far, and he's only a half a lap to hang on. He's going to be at the line. Welch looks like he's going to capture his first feature win over flying Brian White. Back Eddie White. Well, here we are at the Thunder Mountain Speedway. Jim Chase reporting here for the Race Report, and I'm talking with Marshall Balzer out of Candor, driver of the number 71 Sportsman Modified. And Marshall, good to have you here on the Race Report tonight.
Thank you, glad to be here.
Well, we do have been noticing this year things have been really improving on the 71 Balzer race team, and you've been bringing the car right to the front of the races, and you've been into a lot of contention here, and the season's looking pretty bright for you.
Yeah, it's taken us quite a while to try to really figure out what these cars take for over the pure stocks, because that's a world of difference. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it.
Well, tell us a little bit about your racing career, how you started, where you started, and how you got to where you're at today.
Actually, that'd be a long one. We actually started in Canandaigua when I lived up that way. Started racing Skyline in '97, won pure stock track championship in '05. Then took a couple years off, and actually Eddie White talked me into buying a Sportsman and getting into it, and then we went back to street stocks, and now we're back in the Sportsmans again.
Well, the Sportsman bunch here at Thunder Mountain is a very competitive group, and there's no shortage of guys to come on over and help somebody out, especially when they're starting their careers. And the White's been around the racing for years and years, and he's a pretty good mentor to have.
Oh yes, he is. He's helped us out a great deal.
Okay, so as far as this year goes, you've just cracked into the top 5 in the points standings, and possibility of maybe a 2011 track championship here at Thunder Mountain.
Well, that would be outstanding. We don't really have our hopes up that high yet. We got to get some more good finishes, and I'm looking more to, I want to get a win up here. Then we'll look towards that.
Tell us about some of the sponsors that are helping you crew the 71 Balzer race team this year.
Well, some of our sponsors is my shop, Finish Line Automotive out of Candor, Brush and Pallet Auto, Candor Market, B&E Hog Farms. Bobby Spencer, he hauls my race car for me, so it's his business there. A lot of little places. Randall's Body Shop does a lot of painting and stuff on the car, that kind of thing.
Well, absolutely. Without the sponsors, the racers would have it pretty tough, and some of the tracks would have it pretty tough. So we do encourage all the folks out there to try to do business with the folks that are sponsoring the racers and the racetracks. It always helps. Now, as far as the car number 71, how did you come to pick car number 71?
Well, we used to be number 2 for the longest time. And then just so happens that both of my boys, when they played football, were number 71. And the last race car I bought at the time they were playing football happened to be number 71, so we kind of stuck with it.
And so far, it looks like things are looking pretty bright for the number 71 crew.
I hope so. I'm hoping with the Twin 20s tonight we can get off a couple good finishes and stay right up there in the points.
Well, it is double points night here at Thunder Mountain Speedway. Reporting for the Race Report, this is Jim Chase along with Marshall Balzer. Back to Ron in the studio.
In pure stock action, downtown George Brown scored his 4th win of the season.
As Brown will lead him off turn 4, followed by the 88 of Walburn, and Albanese in the 7A up on the high side looking to take over the number 2 spot. He'll jump the curb and he'll up into the marbles. Now contact with the 1J of Sensenstein as the wheel comes off the Albanese machine. And the caution does come out. Matt Sensenstein driving the 1J made contact with Albanese. The tire came off, and Sensenstein up and over the tire became airborne momentarily. Looks like he's going to be able to continue. Randall with the 160 nearly sideways. Fishtails right in front of Harold Walburn, and there's contact off turn 4. Glances off the 160. Randall looks over the shoulder, keeps it going, and we stay green as the parallel sticks come out. As the checkered flag comes out, downtown George Brown with his 4th feature win of the year. He'll take the win over Matt Sensenstein. Chuck Culbertson off turn 4, I believe, will make the number 3 spot, and off turn 4 for the number 4 spot will be Walburn and then Gary Cleveland.
To Hurricane Street Stock action, where Tom Eichler ended Butch Green's 3-race winning streak. Back to Jim Chase.
Eichler with a pair of victories here at the Thunder Mountain Speedway, as Butch Green also having 3 feature wins here, and we got a little contact between Earl Zimmer and Chuck Whelan. Whittemore clips the side of the BB machine. We stay green. It's the bragging rights at best, as Butch Green now puts the 6NN to the low side out of turn 2, and will battle side by side down the back straightaway for the number 1 spot. Green inching forward, a little bit of contact, but everybody stays straight, and Eichler will hold off Green at the line. And we've got trouble on the straightaway. Whelan will spin the 12 machine. Eichler running into middle groove, and Green trying to run down low. Eichler got that machine dialed in pretty darn good, as 2 laps to go. And keep your eye on the 6NN, but here comes Earl Zimmer. Green will bobble off turn 2. Zimmer will steal the number 2 spot, and Eichler will open up a 1-car advantage as the white flag comes out. And problems with Butch Green as he pulls it to the infield. Tough break for Butch Green, your points leader. And he'll lose a lot of points tonight as Barton, New York's Tommy Eichler clears turn 3 and 4.
To Road Bandit action, where Payback cost Kenny Underwood the double-point win.
As Underwood and Edwards will battle it out off turn 2. A little bit of separation between Walters, then Jenkins. Edwards now taking a peek on the low side of 2, and he'll pull alongside Underwood. Down into turn 3 they go. Lap traffic may be a problem. A little bit of contact between Edwards and Underwood. As Underwood, now in second place, looks to make the slingshot move. Now we'll tuck it in low to avoid the 2W. And we got contact. Oh, and Edwards makes contact with the 2W of Ridwig. And Underwood will take over the lead going down into turn 3. And Edwards manages to hang on back in the number 4 spot. Now challenging Jenkins for the number 3 spot. He'll go high side. One more time around for Kenny Underwood. Down into turn 3. It's a 3-car battle for the number 2 spot. Kenny Underwood will pick up the win as the checker flag flies. And winner will be 31J. Second will go to Edwards. Then the 96.
Should Underwood have been penalized? Log on to theracereport.tv and place your vote. The night wrapped up with the second Sportsman 20-lapper, and Jim LaRock made another appearance in victory lane.
LaRock now putting pressure on the low side of turn 1 on Butch Green, and he'll draw even as LaRock now passes Green to the inside and takes command in turn 3. He'll lead him off turn 4, and to the stripe, it's Jimmy LaRock. LaRock down to the inside in turn 3, and we got Brett Welch down on the apron as the checkered flag will come out for Jimmy LaRock. Fast Eddie White will take second. John Morse will take third. Larry Hillis fourth. And Brian Payne will round out the top 5.
4th of July weekend will celebrate one of the greatest drivers in the history of area racing. Jim Chase is standing by with Brock Moore.
Well, here we are at Thunder Mountain Speedway in preparation for the Kenny Moore Classic, and I'm here with Brock Moore, the co-promoter of the Flying Milkman Kenny Moore Classic, coming here to Thunder Mountain Speedway. And first of all, we want to say best of luck on your event here on this endeavor, and what a tribute to a great man that's put down some great roots in stock car racing here in the Southern Tier.
Yeah, my grandfather, the Flying Milkman Kenny Moore, one of 5 Mile Point's 50 greatest drivers, fell sick last year with an aneurysm in his heart. And I just decided while he was still here, we would do a tribute race for him here at Thunder Mountain Speedway. On Sunday, July 3rd, it will be a 60-lap feature event for the Sportsman Division. 1,200 to win, 125 to take the green, with a bunch of bonus contingencies, including the Isaac F. Brown Jr. Memorial Award for Professionalism and Enthusiasm, a close family friend of ours who died tragically in a car accident last year. So winner of that gets a nice R&H Music Factory DJ service for the night. So that's just one of the awards.
Some of the sponsors that are helping put the show together, Hunt's Auto Service and Rich Powell Trucking, and some other sponsors have stepped in to come up with prize money for the grueling 60-lap Sportsman race, and something that I think the fans are really going to be treated to. Regular card of racing here on Saturday nights, with the exception the Sportsman will have a practice session, and followed by fireworks later on that night. And then on Sunday, also for the street stocks, the Hurricane Harry Yule Memorial Qualifier.
Yeah, Harry was a big idol here at Thunder Mountain Speedway, was tragically killed in a boating accident. Dick and I thought it'd be good to put something with the Hurricane involved with the show. We also have the Excel 600s coming, and of course your favorite, the Mid-State Vintage Stock Car Club.
Yeah, we'll be turning back the page here, and I think your Gramps, his eyes will get big as silver dollars, and he'll be reminiscing the days when the old yellow 60X was tearing up the dirt around all the Southern Tier track.
Absolutely, he's excited about the Vintage Car Club being here, and he already said his eyes are as big as silver dollars because he's going to be the idol here that day. For more information, please get online, www.thundermountainspeed.com or www.bmmotorsportsmedia.com for information for the lap money and bonus awards and other information. That's where you're going to want to check it out. Sunday, July 3rd, $14 for adults, $12 for seniors and students, kids 9 and under free, and we got the family pass for $50.
Reporting for the Race Report, along with Brock Moore, I'm Jim Chase. Back to you in the studio, Ron.
Saturday night at the Valley of Speed, Andy Becchetti won the modified feature. The Pro Stock winner was Victor Hopkins, and Pure Stock wins went to Jesse Murphy, Rob Partridge Jr., and Al Reyes. There were 47 Pure Stocks on hand Saturday at Lebanon Valley Speedway. The Great American Race made a stop in Binghamton last week. We'll take a walk down memory lane when the Race Report continues.
For 3 generations we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block for 3 generations. It's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
You could win a fresh, hot pizza courtesy of Fresh Hot Pizza, 250 Main Street in Johnson City. Just log on to theracereport.tv and register to win.
Foundation alert! Foundation alert!
Pick me! Pick me!
We don't badmouth the competition.
Huh?
We just beat them in price, quality, and customer service.
Hi, this is Craig Moss with KRM Foundation Repair. If you got water in the basements, cracked or flaking foundations, foundation walls that are falling in, call us for a free estimate today. We're KRM Foundation Repair. Good as any, better than some.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back. More than 60 vintage cars, some with racing pedigrees, made a stop in Binghamton last week as part of a timed race from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Bennington, Vermont.
As of today, we've had 3 flat tires. We had one on our way down to Chattanooga. We had one during the rally, and then we had one in the parking lot. So we had definitely our share of flat tires.
How about the hills? You said there are a lot of hills in Tennessee coming up and down?
We've been climbing hills in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. The hills are unbelievable. All we did was go up and down at 20, 25 miles an hour all day long. So we probably bought this car about 20 years ago, and in 2003, Kevin Molszewski navigated for me, and we started running a great race then. And then since 05, I think 05 or 06, my father and I have been running the great race. Plus, we've been running other local rallies throughout Pennsylvania and Missouri and Oklahoma and states like that.
You sponsor a lot of race cars. Who would you like to say hi to there?
Definitely Mike Nagel Jr. He runs a Sportsman for us at PennCam Speedway, and his father, Mike Nagel Sr., Tommy McGurn, Leo McGurn, and Jeff Crambo, and everybody else that runs the NEP Motorsports logo or the NEP wireless sponsor on the side of their car. We greatly appreciate it.
We leave you with the sights and sounds from downtown Binghamton. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Till next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.